Hi guys, and welcome back to Saving Schalke. This is episode 16 of the series so far. If you are enjoying, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Also share amongst your friends, and check out the Instagram in our description below. We've got a game against Eintracht Frankfurt today, and also a final group game in the Champions League against Ajax. Since you were last with us, we've been on a mixed run of form. We've beaten Mönchengladbach, got through in the Pokal against Mainz. We did, however, lose to Cologne in the Bundesliga, so our unbeaten record has now gone. It was very unlucky. It was quite an even game, deserved a draw realistically, and yeah, it was unlucky because it means that we're no longer top of the league. I'll show you that in a minute. We beat Sevilla 2-0, then drew to Hanover, which realistically we should have won 0-0. Beat Wolfsburg 2-1, and then finally drew to Benfica with a 84th minute goal from Benfica to make it 1-1. So in the Bundesliga, we're currently sat second in the league. We are currently 4 points behind Bayern Munich and 3 points above Borussia Dortmund. So it's going quite well still. We are 10 points ahead of Mönchengladbach, currently sat in 5th. So it looks like we're on course, and touch wood that we continue this form and hopefully we'll gain some qualification to Champions League again. Talking about Champions League, we are actually through. We qualified, however Ajax on 10 points haven't qualified yet. Sevilla on 7 and Benfica are unfortunately out on 1 point. So I think that we're through just due to the results against the other sides around us. We play Ajax in the final game of the group, so if we draw, both of us finish on 11 and both of us go through. However, if either side win, so if they win, we go through with them. However, if we win, it would be between Ajax and Sevilla. Like I said, I think it's just purely down to the results against Sevilla is the reasoning why we're through. Because we beat them 5-0 and then 2-0 away. So we're comfortably the better side out of the two. So let's hope that we can actually beat Ajax and send Sevilla through with us. But first of all, we've got that home game in the league against Eintracht Frankfurt. So going into this game against Eintracht Frankfurt, we've actually got a few tired legs. So I'm resting a few of the players. So we're resting Mariba, Cunha, Demir, Elliott. Saliba's got a fitness test and can play 75 minutes, but I'm not going to risk him. You've also got Rugari, who needs resting, and Kalulu is just on his way back from injury. So I've got a rotated side for this game with Georgie in goal, Luca Campanale at right back, Kevin next to Malik with Wagnerman at left back, Scott and Blanco, Sidi Sane, Muller, Rasic, and then up top we're going with Sesko. So let's hope we can beat them today. First highlight with a free kick for Rasic, but he plays it over the top and it's easily gathered by Trapp. And Trapp will roll it out to their centre back here, who plays it out to their right back. Plays it back to the central defender and tries to play it long, and looks like Kevin's won that. So Eintracht Frankfurt are currently sat in 17th position in the league. So it is a game that we'd be looking to win, and that's why I've gone for a slightly rotated side with the likes of Campanale. And talking about him, he puts a ball in, but it's over everyone's head. But yeah, realistically, we should be winning this game, even with the rotated sides. But you just don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, we had that shock defeat against Cologne, which you've seen in our schedule, which realistically I didn't expect to happen. And there we go. Lovely play on the right-hand side there from Campanale, who plays it back to Scott, who plays it forward to Sidi Sane, and he just pokes it home to make it 1-0 after just gone 6 minutes. But it was a shock result to lose to Cologne, but since then we've somewhat bounced back, and obviously we've scored a great goal there to make it 1-0. Free kick here with Eintracht Frankfurt, who plays it into their central midfield. Plays it down the line after receiving it back. They look like they're keeping the ball quite nicely here, popping it around our midfield. And they play it out into the left-hand side, their right, where they've got plenty of space. Tried to cut it back, but Scott intercepts. And we just hoof it clear just to clear our lines. And it looks like they're going to come back straight at us. They play it quite nicely once again. Play it out to their right hand side. It looks like Wagnerman's quite isolated on his own out there. They cut it back and they cut back and put it in the back of the net to make it 1-1. So that's very disappointing. Like I was saying, Wagnerman looked so out of position and isolated when he actually recovered in the left back position. It's a 2v1, so Rasic isn't tracking back. So that's left Kevin having to come over, leaving the free man in the middle for them to tap it in. Free corner here with Rasic. Ball comes in, Sesko wins a header and it looks like it's just gone wide of the post and stays 1-1. So since those few highlights early on in the game, there's been no other action and the game just trickled away until half time. Overall, you're looking at the match stats and you would say that we've been slightly more dominant than them. Obviously slightly better XG and more shots on target as well. So I'll go into the dressing room, tell them that I'm not happy with it, and hopefully that they can come out second half playing slightly better and actually get the win here. They've got the ball here and plays it into their central midfielder, who plays it to his counterpart in the middle, and Scott wins the ball back, driving forward, slots in Sesko, who has a shot and trap tips it over the bar. So that was lovely, well worked and won back by Scott there, and then a lovely through ball to Sesko. Sane's going to put the corner in here. They win the header, unfortunately, and that's the end of the highlight. But I thought we were going to win the ball back and go from there, but unfortunately not. Half an hour of the game to go. I'm going to bring off Sesko and play Ransford Jeboa up front. Obviously, while Sesko's been out, Ransford Jeboa has been picking up a few goals here and there, so let's hope he can continue that. Since the last change, it's been 10 minutes and nothing has happened. Going to bring on Mark Noble in the central attacking midfield position because I still want to be resting these players on the bench, but I want some sort of a difference here, so let's hope Mark Noble can bring that. Corner here, Mark Noble's going to play the ball in. They header away, but it looks like Mark Noble's going to pick it back up again. Plays it across to Kevin in the central position, up to Scott and loses it. And they've got the ball back on their right hand side with their right back now, who plays it forward to their central midfielder, across to his counterpart, up to their striker here, back to their centre mid. Disappointing to lose it from our corner, and it looks like they're one-on-one with Georgie here, and Georgie makes a fantastic save, or did he just... It looks like he's just missed that, so we're quite lucky that he's not got his shooting boots on today. Now that is full time, the game is finished 1-1, we finished on an XG of 1.62 to their 0.72. So overall, I think we deserve to win that game. It is definitely 2 points dropped rather than 1 point game. I will go into the dressing room, say that they weren't good enough and we should be winning that sort of game. It also means that we lose ground on Bayern Munich at the top of the league. We're now only 3 points behind them, but they've got a game in hand, so it can potentially be 6 points ahead that they can be by the next game week. And we're only 4 points above Borussia Dortmund, so they can close that down to 1 point if we're not careful. I'm going to play a strong side against Ajax now, and that's why I rested some of the players. I'll show you the side quickly before going into the game. So we come into this game away from Ajax on the Wednesday night in good form. We're going to come out with a very strong side. We do want to knock them out of the Champions League, as I perceive them to be a tougher opponent than Sevilla. So in goal we've got Georgie with Wagnerman, Kevin, William Saliba and Regari, Scott and Blanco, then Demir, Cunha, Harvey Elliott and then Sesko up front. On the bench, we can't have Moriba today as he's currently suspended, but we've got Ransford Jabot who could come on and make a difference, Sidi Sane as well, and realistically they're the two key players off the bench that I'm hoping to make a difference if we need it, but hopefully we don't. They will more likely come with a strong side like they always do. They've got loads of wonder kids in their side this year. They've got the likes of Gravenberch. They've now got Pjanic, Tagliafico, a fantastic defender, Livakovic, a go-to goalkeeper to make a signing for. But yeah, they've got Weston McKennie, a former Schalke player, in their subs today. Anthony, fantastic right winger. So let's hope that we can get one over on them today away from home. Let's just get straight into the game. So we've got a throw in here on the right hand side with Wagnerman into Demir, back to Blanco, into Cunha, who's going to have a shot here, and it's just wide of the mark. I will keep you up to date on what's going on in the Benfica Sevilla game, and it is currently 1-0 to Benfica. They scored in the 3rd minute. So that means no matter what the result is today, away from home against Ajax, both of us go through. But we want to be finishing top of the group, so we do get that seeding for the next round. Gravenberch has got it in the middle here. Lovely win back by Demir, and Sesko's going to pounce on the ball and look to drive forward with it. But yes, we do want to be finishing first, just so we get that seeding into the next round of the draw. Sesko with the ball across to Demir. Cuts it back to Sesko once again. Back to Wagnerman, who looks to get the ball into Sesko. His shot is blocked, and then the rebound hits the post, and Tagliafico hoofs it clear out for a corner here. And that resulting corner is going to be put in by Rugari. Aim for the front post. Saliba wins the header and straight into the arms of Livakovic. Corner here, Rugari swings it in. Kevin wins the header, bounces off the bar, and they clear it. I'm not too sure who actually cleared that. It looked like Alvarez, but it was so unlucky there from Kevin to win the header and it come off the bar. Rugari's going to take the corner on the other side now. Kevin wins the header once again, and it's just over the bar and goes out for a goal kick to Ajax. So it has all been us. As you can see the stats, it's our 12 shots to their 0, 6 on target to their 0 obviously, and a 1.5 xg to their nothing. So at the moment, about 25 minutes into the game, we have been dominating, so hopefully we can get the breakthrough soon. They've got a free kick here with Pjanic. Anthony wins the header at the front post, and it just goes over the bar. It looked like it skimmed the roof of the bar there, so we were quite lucky. Free kick with Alvarez taking it into Pjanic, who plays it up towards Tadic, who looks to be their out-and-out striker today. But his loose ball is won back by Elliot, and Cunha is played in. Back to Rugari, looks to play in Elliot, who looks to beat his man on the our left-hand side there, right. Rugari plays a low-driven cross all the way through to Yusuf Demir, who's at the back post and sticks it into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Schalke. It was fantastic ball across by Rugari, realistically. Elliot can't beat his man for pace, so cuts it back to Rugari. One touch, low-driven across the box, and Demir just slots it into the bottom corner where Livakovic can't get down quick enough to make it 1-0 to Schalke, putting us top of the group. We go in at half-time 1-0 up. We have been the dominant side this game so far. Being 1-0 up, it does put us in first position to qualify as group leaders and the ranking into the next qualifying round of the Champions League, the knockout rounds. At the moment, Benfica is still beating Sevilla 1-0, but if anything changes, I will keep you up to date. With just over 20 minutes to go to the end of the game, I'm going to make a few changes. I'm going to bring Sidi Sane on the left-hand side, and I'll also bring on Ransford Jabot, the two impact players that I mentioned earlier, onto the pitch. I'll also bring off Scott and bring on Mark Noble in the box-to-box role here. So with 10 minutes to go, it makes it very interesting. Sevilla have just pulled it back to 1-1 against Benfica. They're obviously still 2 points behind Ajax, so they need that extra goal to go in for them. But with time ticking away here, Livakovic on a 7.9 has definitely kept Ajax in this game today. We've been dominant side throughout the whole game on a 2.71 xg compared to their 1.05. But unfortunately Benfica have just scored as Sevilla would have been chasing the game, and Anthony Martial put it in to make it 2-1 to Benfica. They have Ajax had a free kick there and Alvarez nods over, so time's just ticking away. Got 1 minute left of the game, and it looks like we're going to finish the Champions League group stage coming out on top with 13 points. So I'm ultra happy with that. Wagner Man has had a brilliant game at right back, with Rugari having a fantastic game at left back as well. Demir getting the goal of the game, which has ultimately secured us a ranking in the next round of the Champions League. And as you can see here, Ajax do qualify in second position. Sevilla go down into the Europa League, and unfortunately Benfica are out of all competitions in Europe. But we will come back in the near future. I was thinking about coming back for the game against Bayern Munich and Hertha Berlin, which I think we need to do, as both of them would be crunch games. Obviously there would be a long break in between the two of them, but I think that is the next episode. I think there needs to be a crunch game against Bayern Munich, who look somewhat to be running away with the league at the moment. They've only dropped points to Mönchengladbach and to Hoffenheim, so let's hope us, Schalke, can make it the third side to cause Bayern Munich to drop points. But if you have enjoyed this episode, guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and check our Instagram down below to keep up to date on everything that goes on the channel. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next episode.